We're braving the endless rain to see what happens when an explosive serial killer uses the world's oldest list of bad habits to create his gruesome masterpiece.
Well, welcome back to the bar where we are going through Kev's old DVD collection, stroke his 100 favourite films of all time. We're up to number 70. We've made it. Thanks for staying with us, both of our listeners. We've managed to get to 70. Kev, again, at the end of this episode, we'll be saying that there's some real bangers coming up, but he's been saying that for the last 30 as well. So,
there are some great bangers coming up. Don't worry.
Your credibility's low right now, but here we are.
My list is poor. I'll give you that. Yeah,
obviously, with that description. And funnily enough, I had forgotten just how much it rains in this film, but obviously here we are back in 1995 for Se7en or Se7en if you're searching for it anyway, which is a bit annoying. So 1995, David Fincher, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey. As you said last week, 0 explosions, six deaths, which we'll get into. 0 animated feature characters. 33 million budget, 330 million gross. Kind of put quite a lot of people on the map, which we'll definitely talk about. Running over just over 2 hours, because we're so in the 90s. We've done Married, an Axe Murderer, and Crow, and now Se7en. We've invited someone down who the 90s was before they were born. It was just a part of the late 20th century, as they call it nowadays. Freddie's come down to the bar to talk about Se7en with us. Welcome back, Freddie.
Thanks for having me back. No Robin Williams this time.
Yeah, no Robin Williams. Yeah, this is a very different style to the Robin Williams.
Yes, definitely.
Lovely, joyous films that we exposed you to previously.
Your list takes a turn for the films that you've joined us for. I would say.
Definitely.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see where you put this in. Let's kick it off then, Freddie. What did you know anything about Se7en before coming to the film? Like, are there any memes that you know that come from this? What did you know about the movie?
I knew nothing. I knew the film existed. It was on my list to watch eventually anyway. And then it obviously came on a pod. The only thing I knew Brad Pitt was in it. I knew Morgan Freeman was in it, and I obviously knew I didn't know the twist at the end, but I knew the scene of Brad Pitt going, "What's in the bar?" I knew that. I've seen that clip many times, but I never knew what was in the box. Never knew what was in the box. So.
Oh, really? That's good, because
we
were debating that. We wondered if you'd have seen the meme and you'd know, and it would absolutely ruin the ending of the film.
No, I didn't know. By then I'd figured it out.
You're now watching 90s movies to explain memes to you, so you can finally find out what's in the box.
What is in the box? Yeah. Wow, interesting. Okay. Well, that's good that you hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, apparently ad-libbed. Apparently wasn't in the wasn't in the script to be like keep saying what's in the box. What's in the box? Apparently that was Bradley. But there was a lot of scripts for this movie with very, very different endings. There's like pretty much every different ending you can think of.
Oh, really?
There was one where Gwyneth got out of the box. There was one there was one where Morgan kills Spacey. There's one where Morgan kills Brad. There's
kills Brad.
Like like
to stop him killing Spacey.
Yeah, he shoots him. I think there's one where he had an affair with Gwyneth. There was just basically they had the basis of the idea, and then they were writing different things, but. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a classic at the time. I feel like I went to the cinema to see this, but I can't really remember. And that seems unlikely, considering when it came out. But yeah, it was. It was definitely huge at the time. Everyone was talking about it. It was the time of twists. It comes on the heels of Usual Suspects, which obviously we've already covered. And then, like Sixth Sense and stuff. I don't think I ever felt like it was a twist, though. It's not like it's sort of, it flips from one thing to another, right? It's just kind of the storyline sort of comes to a close in an interesting way. But it's not like it's suddenly like... I mean, online, you can see that there are rumors that Morgan's character is also working with the killer. And that would be it.
Just watch the film and go away. Go do something else. Go outside. Get some sunlight. Oh, dear.
But I think like almost it kind of launches. I think it kind of launches everyone's career who's in it. For me, like this was. I think this was probably like I think I'd seen Morgan Freeman in Robin Hood, but like hadn't seen him in anything else. Obviously he did have a career, but like I hadn't seen Driving Miss Daisy or Glory or any of his
Shawshank
or any of his films. I don't think I'd seen Shawshank by this stage, because Shawshank was like Shawshank didn't hit, did it, until it was on DVD video. And sort of became popular like 98, 99 into the 2000s. So obviously like they'd filmed it and he was amazing in it, but like I didn't know that. I don't think I'd seen it since then. And then for Brad as well, like he was kind of still like the pretty boy, and he was kind of, and I'm in a world where they say there's no movie stars. Brad Pitt still is almost Brad Pitt in like everything he's done. But then in this, he is just like a bit more, knocked around and not a great character, and it does show him a bit more acting, whereas up until this point he really hadn't done that much, like Legends of the Fall, Interview with the Vampire, which had completely bombed. So like I think this, and then he goes into 12 Monkeys, and I think it kind of shows that he's got a little bit of range. Brad, he's not just.
He reminded me a lot of Leo in this film. I don't know if you thought that. Like he almost looks a lot like him as well. Like his acting definitely feels on the younger side, and he did feel more Leo. And I was like, sort
of like The Departed Leo, and like the No, I get that. Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, I think we're at this time he's doing the like dislikable Brad and a thing like that. He kind of lent into, I think, a lot of roles because he didn't want to be just sort of known for being the the pretty boy, and that's when he starts.
What was he the new Robert Redford or whatever he was supposed to be?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, taking over from Robert Redford. And I think he won like Sexiest Man on the Planet a couple of times, and I think allegedly that really annoyed him. I know that I got really annoyed when I won as well.
I'm still isn't it? Yeah,
it's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then David Fincher as the director. I mean, he obviously hadn't done anything up until this stage apart from Alien 3, which kind of got panned. But in just after this, in a 4-year spell, he makes Zodiac, Benjamin Button, Social Network, and Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. He makes he releases those films in 4 years. That is insane, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
like you can like them or not like them, but like
that's John Hughes-esque, isn't it? Really pumping them out.
Like the absolute mirror image of John Hughes, like as far away from John Hughes as you can get.
I mean, pumping the films that quickly, not in terms of the content. Yeah, impressive.
So. Yeah, I think
Gwyneth as well to an extent. I mean, I know her role's not very big in this, but
she's not. I remember that she wasn't in this a lot, but even with remembering that, she really isn't in this a lot. Is she? She's in like 3 scenes.
There's only one real reason why you need her in the film, right? And that's obviously for the finale. So you don't really need to build their relationship because it's not really, that's not what the film's about, right? Like, and I think if you if she did have more scenes, you'd kind of be like, does this feel like this belongs in this film? So I feel like you wouldn't necessarily need more of them, but you're right, she's really nodding it a lot. Yeah. She does well though.
And she does well, yeah. That's the thing. Like if it's like an up and coming actress in for 2 scenes, you're kind of like, there is something about her where you're like, okay, this would get you noticed, and you can understand why. Then she went on to
Sliding Doors.
Things. So
best film ever.
Yeah, exactly. Top 10 film, is it?
Another one that I forgot to put on my list, but it was very good. Yeah, watched it many times, but completely forgot.
And obviously 5 years away from Talented Mr. Ripley, which
of course,
it's a great one.
Yeah. So you'd seen it before then, Andy?
Yeah. Like say, I think of the cinema, but although the dates don't really track. But yeah, this was everywhere. Like everyone was just talking about this, wasn't it? Back in the day when it came out, or certainly like around my school, everyone was talking about it because
it's a full-on film, isn't it? I mean, it is a bit heavy. It grabs you, and it doesn't let go.
Exactly. Yeah. So is that why it's on the list? And when have you last seen this film?
Yeah, I mean, as we've now established, I only have 2 memories that I could actually pull my top 100 from, and that is whatever was on my DVD bookcase when I was younger, and anything that I watched last week. So within those 2 remits, this falls in the former than the latter. So I remember having this on, and having it on as a DVD. I mean, we'll get into it and we'll talk about it more. But I always remember it being like incredible. Like you had so many like good actors, even though like you said, they weren't necessarily huge at that time, but they were still really performed really well in this. It was just a gritty, like I said, it just the rain just adds to it, doesn't it? As if it couldn't be awful and miserable enough. They just rained as well, which just adds to it.
Raining all the time.
Yeah. And so I just remember that, and obviously, as it gets on, and you're like, God, it's just like, what is going to happen? And you don't think what is going to happen at the end is going to happen at the end, or like I certainly didn't when I first watched it. And so that is like, you're like, oh no. It's just like, oh God. So it's a very clever ending as well. So I think I just remember it being like really clever. I mean, we'll get into what I think about it now, but I just remember the time it being like this dark, very clever film. Very much, I guess, in the same sense as like The Usual Suspects. That same sort of, it feels similar to that in a way, in that it's that, I mean, like I said, we'll get into it, but I think it sort of meanders a bit, which like as The Usual Suspects did. So, but yeah.
It's such a bizarre DVD to have. Describe the circumstances where you're sitting there and you think, you know what? I think I'll put on 7.
Yeah. You've just got home from school. No, I don't know.
It's an eclectic all day, mix, and you're a little bit homicidal.
It's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? I'd have like The Abyss, and then this, and then probably some kind of Disney movie. So you've got to expose yourself to different things and just see what you like.
It's really the extremes that you would go to. You'd be like, okay, well, if it was a bad day, I went 7. If it was a good day, I'd do All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, which now we know, never watched that. But I think it's like you said, this was such a big film when it came out, and it had so much going for it at the time, and it was so different to a lot of other films. So just one of those things, like you just bought it and then you watched it. Last time I would have watched it would have been a long time ago, though. I haven't watched it for a long time, so I couldn't remember. I mean, obviously I knew the concept and I remember the ending, but I couldn't remember all of how each of the 7 sins are actually created. So but there was the one, is it Sloth? When that guy's like completely emascerated and he's like lying on the bed, and I was like, I remember that he coughs or something. Did you, when you watched that, Freddie, were you like, what? And like jumped out your skin when he sort of wakes up?
I don't think it scared me a massive amount, but I was like, he's alive. That's awful.
I remember
and again,
watching that.
Legend has it that the actors didn't know that he was going to cough.
Really?
So the reaction was kind of real, but like, I don't know how much that's just made up. But
But that was good. I remember that being like super scary when like really like jumpy when you first watched that. You're like, what the? Because you'd be like, obviously he's dead, and like there's no way you're thinking he's alive at all. And then like obviously he is. So yeah.
It makes us inviting Natalie on for The Crow being a horror look quite tame, doesn't it? So maybe that was the maybe that was the one way around.
Yeah, you're right. This should be more. This is. I mean, it's not a horror, but it's horrifically gruesome, isn't it? I get a bit like Total Recall, not a horror, but also horrifically gruesome. So,
and I do think that this kind of, I think that you can see like the origins of Saw and like that franchise and like body horror. True. In this, like more than ever, because all of the deaths are like body related, aren't they? They're like they're all like, you know, cutting someone or like feeding someone to death. And you see it all as
well, don't you?
Yeah, the pound of flesh. So I do think that like
I think that's right.
I think this definitely sort of kicks off those. That sort of genre as well. So I mean, we're gonna have to strap ourselves in to chat about it. So Freddie, what are you drinking to get through?
Well, it'd actually something strong. I put I'd have a Bloody Mary just because of the name. It just seems to fit, but I think
Wow, hardcore.
Might rename it to a Bloody Tracy, but
there's going to be points where you can't drink that, surely. During
and the blood spilling out under the screen. You're like, oh, do I want this Bloody Mary?
Just hardcore. Nice.
Very
Kev,
nice.
What are you going for?
Well, I've gone for something called a Left Hand, which feels quite, on point. It's a dark, bitter bourbon cocktail. So it's bourbon, sweet vermouth, Campari, and chocolate bitters. Sounds disgusting. And probably would rather chop off my left hand. So I guess that's why it's called that. So yeah,
it's not a good week for the drinks.
No. What about you?
Well, I've gone for a Loch Do, which is a legendary single malt from Scotland that's been discontinued because amongst the reviews of it, they're a bit infamous, and someone described it as tasting like creosote, tar, and dirty gym socks. Wow. So it's basically the harshest, worst whiskey that you can find.
There you go.
So
we've all gone for very tough drinks to get through in this film. Glad it's over 2 hours. Yeah. Well, let's get on to the one-word reaction then. So Freddie, you'd never seen this before other than the meme of the box. So what were your thoughts?
I'd probably go shocking.
Yeah,
I was just. I watched it with a friend, and we were just the entire film. We were just like, "What is going to happen next?"
Yeah, it is intense, isn't it? And like, even then, all of the 7 deadly sins. You're just like, but how is this going to show up?
Yeah,
how gruesome is this going to get?
And it was different to like a normal. Like, I love a murder mystery, but it's like different to like a serial killing where it's just like. And he's killed another, and he's killed, because it's not just he's killed them, he's like fully, like it's just horrific. And it was just like you almost don't want the next one to happen because you're like, I don't want to know what he's going to come up with. It's just awful. So it makes it a lot more, a lot more gripping because actually you're more empathizing with the killings compared to what happens nowadays. It's just like everyone gets shot and you don't care, you move on, next death.
Yeah, it is tough. You're right, isn't it? I think that gruesomeness really helps, doesn't it? Because it's so vivid and it's just they stay on that scene for so long that you're just like, oh, I've got it, and they're like, no, I don't think you have. Look at it for a little bit longer, and you're like, oh my god, all right, move on. Yeah. It's
so interesting with those things that like how some of the murders you see like really upfront and like quite brutally, and then others. You don't at all. Like it's so interesting that like with the greed guy with the pound of flesh, like you only see photos of that, and then obviously, like we'll probably talk about the end scene, but like not seeing anything in the end scene, I think is like super interesting. Like it's so funny. And then like that the sloth guy, you sort of as you say, it's like, keep going back to it and keep zooming in on the arms and stuff like that. It's so some of it you see a lot of, and some of it you don't see anything, and they let your sort of imagination run wild. So
what about you then, Andy? What was your one word reaction?
Bleak. I think is a good description. It's when it started, I was like, oh yeah, it does just rain all of the time in this film, isn't it? It's just so oppressive, and you can feel like the almost the dampness and the like just never being comfortable, and always just always sort of feeling uncomfortable. And then I sort of hadn't really remembered the dynamic at the start with Brad and Morgan. I knew that Brad had moved there and he's like the new kid on the block, but like they're quite kind of anti each other and not working together. I love that Morgan's just like, I just don't want this case. I don't want to be part of this. Yeah. This is going to run and run.
I know this is going to be awful.
I just whatever. I'll just give it to someone else.
Someone else take it.
Which. I love that attitude at work. I think you should be encouraged to do that anymore. This project's just going to go on and on. I just don't want to just give it to someone else.
Yeah, especially when you're about to retire, you're like, come on, someone else can take this on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's going to be 7 deadly sins. He's only done 2 of them. I'm done. I don't want to see the next 5. But then I think sort of that, like the friendship, then suddenly kind of coming up and him getting invited to dinner, and all of a sudden it feels like there's a scene missing where their relationship like goes from really hostile to then not, and I was a bit like, did I get distracted or something? But like,
I guess the dinner's supposed to be that, right? And it's quite forced from Gwyneth's character.
Yeah,
because it does feel like they wouldn't get to that, and then she just goes, "No, you come for dinner." He's like, "Okay, all right, then it's happening."
Yeah. But then he goes in and she says, "Oh, we're childhood sweethearts," and he's like, "Yeah, I know." And you're like, "Really? It doesn't." But you and Brad haven't.
He's a detective.
Aren't talking to
he
each
knows
other.
Everything, Andy. He's done his work.
He's working with John Doe. I'm telling you. He's got a key.
He's working with John Doe. Oh dear.
So,
he must have read his file or whatever, didn't he? Because he says, because he says at the start, doesn't he? Oh, you got transferred here, but you specifically requested that you really wanted to get transferred here. So why was that?
Yeah.
So maybe.
But he says later in the film that he didn't read his file. So actually, he didn't.
Morgan.
He says himself.
He's obviously got someone to dictate it to him.
In his police file, it doesn't say married his childhood sweetheart, does it? In your HR file, does it say how you met your wife? I don't know. This is a bit of a
who knows what the government have got on you? It could be anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talking about that, how quaint when they're talking about the FBI keeping track of what books people take out, and he's like, that can't be legal. And you're just like, do you remember when tracking someone's library books was considered
the worst thing,
too much surveillance?
Yeah. The irony.
He's like, I'm gonna give you $100. Tell us who's been taking out some books. You're a bit like, okay, well,
And now you're like, I know exactly how many steps you took to get to the library. I know what time you entered the library. I know when you into the bathroom in the library. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, it's very different.
I thought that was quite funny. So how about you on the rewatch? What? How did it strike you?
Yeah, it was still like, it is like, I think bleak and shocking are very good words to describe it. It is full on, isn't it? It did feel a bit slow to me at times though. Like the pacing fell a little bit off. I don't know if it's just because I've seen it before, and so I didn't need the break as much in between, because I was like, I know like what's coming, and then I know what's coming. So they did feel like there's a few scenes that it felt a bit slow. It dragged a little bit. But I thought on the whole it was pretty good. Like it wasn't, I don't know if it was as good as I remember it being, but it was still enjoyable to watch. I mean, obviously the ending is just, great.
The pacing is really interesting, because I find it interesting that they turn up at his house and they almost capture him. Like I don't know, that entire scene, that just kind of throws it throws it off a bit for me, because then he's like, oh, then now I have to accelerate, and all of a sudden like 2 more people are dead, and you're like, wait, what? And like almost you sort of you skip ahead, whereas the first part of the film, I wrote down, it was like 22 minutes before you see the first, like as in like the second victim, or you see like the first thing written, and so it's a real like slow burn. But then it sort of feels very rushed just before he walks into the police station. It just feels like oh, okay, you know, from the chase to then him walking in just feels super quick. And so like, and then I think maybe because you are waiting for the ending a little bit more, if you've seen it before, you're just kind of like, okay, well, I found the car journey going on a bit long, and obviously that's like all of the exposition, and is like, you know, a scene that is people just you know think of as a masterpiece, but you're a bit like, come on, let's just get to
because
now.
You know what's coming.
So
what did you think about that, Freddie? Because you hadn't seen it before. Did the car scene feel too long for you?
It didn't feel long. I think I noticed it was going on, but I was. It was like that was obviously, as you say, exposition. So I was like, okay, what are your reasons for why they're not innocent? So that was like good. And then also just kind of the back and forth between Brad's character and John Doe was quite good to see. You know, he's kind of pushing him, and he doesn't really seem to care about Morgan Freeman. He gets away with it. Nothing happens to him, does it?
He's retiring. He's like, there's no point. There's no point poking that bear. So, he's gone. He's had enough.
So I think I noticed it was going on, but I didn't mind it too much. But I think on a rewatch you would be a bit like, this is long. But for the first watch it was fine. I think me and my friend agreed the pacing was okay, actually, in the sense of we quite liked, again with murder mysteries, it's like, especially nowadays, it's just always, oh, it's this guy that you've been watching the entire time. So it's quite nice that, okay, it's just a guy who is here, and then, but you don't, it's also not right at the end, you meet him and it's like, and he's connected through this way. We meet him like halfway through the film, not properly also, but we found him, and so I quite liked that aspect. It was a bit different to the usual, like, it's your brother. It's your wife. She's been doing this. We quite like that.
Your wife's actually your twin brother, and it's all been him all along.
And then we also said that it was good that the ending just kind of ends, because any day now, you'd get a whole scene of Brad in the hospital and trying in court. You'd get all of this. You get a spin-off series about Morgan's days in the in a precinct. So we were quite happy. We were like, it ended well. It ended when it needed to, and didn't overstay its welcome. So.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
What's interesting with that there was a script that like Brad shoots and then kind of goes to black.
I did wonder that'd be what they did. We were both a bit like, oh, he's actually just killed him. Okay.
And so that's
and then
the thing,
he properly
like,
kills him as well.
Make sure.
I love the helicopter guy goes, somebody call somebody. You're like, you're not the person I'm going to in an emergency. You just have zero responsibility.
Someone kill someone. I think that's good that they do. I think you've got to see him kill him, haven't you? If you're going to kill him, it's got to be done. And then the fact that he like empties the entire cartridge, I think that also has to be done. Because if you're thinking about that emotion, I mean, my God, Jesus, I mean, God knows how you'd even like comprehend anything like that. And then obviously he just finds out that she was pregnant then as well. So like, it's just brutal.
But then interesting that like then he's obviously in the police car, and almost like the ending is Morgan again. And so that was something I kind of noticed. Like the film starts and ends with Morgan, and you're in it, like it is his story, and it is about him. He's almost, he is the lead character, which I think I hadn't kind of remembered. Sort of, when you sort of think about it, like more things happen to Brad, so you kind of like, okay, but it's actually but it is, it is a film from his point of view almost, right? And he gets like the voiceover at the end and stuff like that, and it's a bit like Chinatown-ish at the end, isn't it? Where it's like, okay, well, that's just how life is. Which I mean, I don't know. Where did you think what city did you think it was in? Because it very noticeably doesn't name the city.
It doesn't say. I don't know. I mean, maybe like New York or something like that, or like, I don't know. Obviously, some like dingy city in the UK, in the US where it rains all the time. So wherever that would be. But So he doesn't. It's deliberately not supposed to say. Is that,
they just sort of say the city, and obviously, like, you know, they lay it on thick about just how awful this city is. I don't really know why Brad's decided to move there,
and we never find that out, do we? He just and they really hammer it home. They're like, no, you really wanted to move it, and then they just don't talk about it.
Yeah,
just let it go.
Well, you know, it's going to the big city, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Just one of those things. I mean, I did think that, like, obviously with the pound of flesh, that sort of Merchant of Venice, as well as the 7 deadly sins, and then the cutting off her nose.
This face.
I was a bit
too much for you.
Is that starting, like, was the next one that they were going to glue a bird in her hand or something? Like, I think it was, just a bit like, you've got the sins. Let's just. Do we need the other sayings as well? I don't know. It just it felt like an extra layer that maybe didn't need to be on there.
Yeah, true. They were like sort of over hashing it, but yeah. I mean, what did you think about, like, the whole? Because obviously you knew about the Spacey character. Like, do you think it still works? That it's because obviously, like, as Freddie was saying, he hadn't seen it, so it works nicely because you introduce him, but you don't really know who it is, and then he just obviously hands himself in, and then the last bit of his plan sort of unravels. Do you think it still works, knowing everything about it already?
Yeah, I think for me it's a bit of a difficult one because he plays it very sort of cold and calculated in a way, but also, like, he doesn't really have an explanation, so you can't help but feel, again, going back to a little bit of The Usual Suspects, where you're like, is he, like, clearly he's insane, but, like, is he supposed to, like, why is it, you know, he's done all of this for the fame, and obviously this is what gets talked about in the car journey, but you just I don't know, he almost plays it too emotionless, where you just I don't know. I think it's just, you're a bit like, why have you bothered? No, obviously,
it is a bit confusing, isn't it? Yeah, because they get. I mean, and that's, I guess, part of the, like, the allure of the film is that you never really know why he's doing it, right? He just sort of does it, and I mean, I guess, like you said, you presume it's so that he has a legacy, but is he, like, unhinged, or, like, what is it? Is he psychotic? Like, it doesn't really seem that way. He seems like he's pretty, like, Cobus Mentis, but he acts it very well. But then also, why does he bring Mel's into it? Like, at what point does he decide, I'm going to bring you into it? And because obviously he's only just moved there, so he can't have been part of his plan originally. So
and is there someone that he actually killed through wrath and envy they just never discover? Like,
exactly.
That person just gets killed and is never mentioned again. You're a bit like,
I've got a much better ending now. Sorry, guys. Sorry,
I've spent a year making you angry about something. Actually, I'm going to go. You're a bit like, can we not finish?
It's got a much better ending, guys, and you're going to love it. Yeah.
just something a bit different. So that's. And I think that almost, it sort of adds to the nihilism in a way, where you're not given any explanation, or you're not, he doesn't sort of, there's no motivation that you know about for him, which kind of works in a way, but is also, I guess nowadays you kind of expect a little bit more of a explanation about why he's gone to such extremes to do this. Like,
I think on a rewatch, it hurts it, doesn't it? I think for the first watch, there's so much unique stuff going on. Like, it is gruesome. Like, you see it a lot. But it's intense. It is shocking. It is bleak. And obviously, it has a clever way to show the villain and a clever ending. I think on the rewatch, as you can rewatch it, you're right. You need something else, I think, because you're kind of like, like you said, I know what's happening. Let's get on with the car scene because I know the box is coming. And so it's kind of like you need a little bit more in there, don't you, to get you through on a rewatch, I think. I think that's what lets it down. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like another scene. Would you have taken the deal at the end where he's like, okay, well, let's go and find these 2 bodies. Otherwise, I'm going to plead insanity, which you're just a bit like, well.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because you can't trust him at all. What you're going to do, get him to sign something to say that he's going to plead guilty? That wouldn't hold up in court, would it, if he's insane? So,
right, and I think Morgan even says, like, but you're trying to blackmail us by saying that he's going to plead guilty. Like, surely that Like, that means he's not insane. So you just
but
he's
like,
but I can't remember what the lawyer says to it.
He says something like,
but
you see me in court, I'll make sure that it gets through, basically. He's like, I'm so good, I will get him through as insane, don't worry. Pretty much. And then they both have to get cut to a cut scene of them in the bathroom shaving their chests. So the obvious next scene,
which is a bit bizarre, isn't it?
We
really need to make sure that people know that you have to shave your chest if you get wired. So.
Exactly. If you put tape on yourself.
So and I what did you think, Freddie? Like when he turns up as well, like because that's the thing, he turns up with like blood all over him, like that cab driver that picked him up. Like I'm not sure. I probably would have driven past him if I was the cab driver. But like, what did you think? Because obviously, like they're very much still trying to find out who he is, and then he just like shows up. Is that like obviously a sense of foreboding with that? But like, what did you think when he just sort of turns up, Freddie, on the first watch?
I think it was good. It like kept me gripped because I was like, okay, now we know who he is. Why is and like why is he doing this? It was like it's almost these small twists where it keeps you. It doesn't. I mean, I guess with all the men with sharp, it's just like you just don't normally find him until right at the end. So it's quite good to be like, okay, we found him early, and then but there's obviously something going on here. We know there's like a bigger plan, and he's saying there's two bodies and all this. So I quite liked it. It is very sudden. I just think, okay, this seems really odd, but I liked it in the sense it was just, it was a big surprise. It's like, okay, cool, we've got him, and now, but that means there's something bigger coming, which obviously isn't that big. It was a small Amazon parcel that the guy was late to deliver as well. Didn't even deliver on time.
I mean, look at those guys. They've not missed a beat, have they? Can you imagine? Sorry, I was stuck in traffic. 30 minutes late.
It's the invention of people freelancing delivering packages. So then, talk us through it, Fred. Like the first time that you've seen it, then the ending, like obviously you sort of recognize the setting and stuff. The guy turns up. Like talk us through watching it for the first time. Like, were you just like,
we knew she was dead in the car ride. I was watching with my friend, and I think Brad goes like, at some point Brad mentioned, he's like, oh, my wife's, gonna think I'm cheating with all these late nights. And I think at that point, my friend turned to me and was like, it's the wife, she's dead. And I was like, yeah. We kind of were like, what's gonna be, big enough that it's like either it's going to be gruesome enough that it's just insane, or it's like she's kind of the only other character they've set up that you like. It could be the police commissioner, I guess, but who cares? So we kind of knew, and then as you get closer, obviously, it's just like there it's going to be the wife. So it wasn't. We'd figured it out. But still, when it happens, you're like, maybe it's not, maybe it isn't, and then it was obviously, and you're like, that's messed up. and then the reveal of him not knowing that she was, because obviously there was, I don't know why she decided, because of me, I remember turning to my friend and being like, is this going to be into an affair film now? Why is she calling him up to get breakfast? This is weird.
That was weird.
It's just like the way she talked and everything. It was a bit odd. And then told this person who, I think I agree with you in that, Andy, that it was a bit sudden that he just got invited to this dinner, because there's no setup of like, oh yeah, he does mention him at home. It's just like, yeah, I know who you are apparently. But then so then when he doesn't know, because obviously he says to tell him if she wants to keep it, or not to tell him, I can't remember, but him not knowing was it was like, this is rough. But we did know, but it was still like a good twist. It was like, this is nasty.
And then like not seeing it, I think like this is like, talking about, obviously Fincher is a genius, but like the fact that like everyone knows it's her head in the box, but I don't think they say that it's her head in the box, or like just everyone knows just because of how it's set up is like amazing, and not to show it is just an amazing piece of film where literally anyone who's seen Seven, they're like, oh yeah, it's her head in the box. And yet, I don't think they even like say, it's just the fact that he recognizes that it's her.
I think it's only John Doe says it like right at the end. He like just says, because when he explains the kill, when he's like, and I put her head in a box or something, and but it's like probably a good like 5 minutes after he opens the box, probably, because obviously Morgan can't run very fast. So,
I don't think he doesn't help, does he? Looking in the box and then running over, shouting, "Drop your gun, drop your gun." He's not playing it cool, is he? He's not like, "Oh, Brad, by the way, that was nothing. Just ignore that. Can I look at your gun just quickly?"
There's probably a million other ways to handle that situation, but
I guess he would have been shocked as well, right? Because he's just thinking like, "What is this?" And then he's like, just seems like she's like this lovely, sweet person that's just, fallen pregnant, looking forward to having a child. So it would be like, even for him, and he's jaded as a jaded detective. That would still be pretty full on.
You see, and I think you see him put it together. Like, I think that's like, because obviously he's way smarter than Brad's character, and that's the thing. I think when you see it, like, he's shocked, and then he looks again and he's shocked, but then he looks over and he kind of and then he's like, oh, like Wrath is the last one, and then he's like, he's already put it together. And I think Morgan's just brilliant at like showing that, like, thinking that he's okay, this is all coming together now.
He knows what's going to happen. I think you're right. Like, you definitely, if you took the head out of the box, it changed. It's a bit like, this is going to be a good comparison, just stay with me, but it's a bit like So I Married an Axe Murderer, when we were saying, like that final scene, it becomes slapsticky and they move it away from, the fear to comedy. I think if they take the head out of the box here, you lose the impact, right? I don't think you don't need to see the head. It doesn't really make any difference. It's not horror, so it's not needed. It's more the dynamics, right? And obviously you see it through Morgan's reaction and then onwards from there. So I think it works way better by not taking it out. But one less scene for Gwyneth, sadly.
She would have been in a green suit with her face underneath the box. I mean, just like a master of cinema to like to be able to tell that and to make that decision where you're like, no, we don't have to spoon feed anyone, like, we don't need to see it.
Exactly,
it's not going to look good, everyone's going to know. I think it's just like it's just absolute masterful directing. Well done.
So apparently it was saying, like, and I don't know, this is obviously, you never know with these things, if that's true, but Brad Pitt was saying that it had to happen that way. And he was saying that the studio wanted them to take the head out, but apparently, because you might know what this is, Andy, he said apparently he had an awful experience with the studio intervening on Legends of the Fall. I don't think I've seen that film, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, so he was like, it has to stay in the box, or I'm not signing on.
The ending, the ending of Legends of the Fall, like he kind of just walks off, and I think like the very ending of it. You should ask your dad, Fred. It's one of Rob's favourite movies, definitely in his top 100. But it's a bit weaker. But I think I mean, it's the same with Fincher, because he did the third Alien and apparently wasn't very happy with studios, because he didn't really want to make another film,
intervening,
because he's more of a music video guy.
But studios think they know what they're doing.
Think they know what the audience wants.
Exactly.
But so I think like on screen kill count, I think it's actually only one.
Yes, I guess.
You actually, Spacey's the only person see get killed.
It's only
on
6
screen.
as well, then, isn't it? Because
Sloth
doesn't die. Yeah.
But again, like, everyone else is dead. You don't see them die on screen. The only death
Spacey.
you see on screen is Spacey.
John Doe.
Yeah.
I wonder if that means something as well. Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe
they
the sixth time we watch it, we'll find out.
They wanted to trick AI 30 years later into thinking there was more deaths online for a podcast.
Yeah, so there you go. AI nailed it. There was only 6 deaths, which did seem completely bonkers when we said it, and we knew that it's called 7.
I think but there's only one. We don't talk about deaths.
Well, one on screen, I guess. Yeah.
Otherwise, any World War II movie is going to be like 70 million deaths.
There were a few others. Yeah, a million. Yeah, intense though. Well, definitely. I mean, should we get onto the scores then? I'm intrigued to see how this lines up.
Yeah. So for first watch, I went for 72. I do think that like
solid.
And like I think I'm glad for you, Freds. Like it does still hold up. Like there's
first watch.
Like there is. It is really well written. I think I think on the rewatch maybe then you notice other things, but I think they tell a very effective story for a one-off that is and it all comes together and even with the pacing that I think we've criticized, like I get why you have the chase with Spacey and like that sort of makes it all a bit real and just it does accelerate things a bit more, which on the first watch I think you don't know what's coming, whereas I think on the rewatch you are waiting for that last scene because you kind of know it's coming a bit.
Yeah, it does pull it back, doesn't it? Rewatch then, I guess.
Yeah,
a bit lower.
I dropped it. I dropped it back to 45. Just because I think that the end scene is so strong. Yeah, like and just in the way that it's shot and that you've got the helicopter and that you're like, I think because it's so strong, then it does just mess everything up. And it did bother me a little bit that like I don't think that they sort of developed the Morgan and Brad like relationship. That just seemed a bit bizarre.
Wasn't enough romance in the thriller for you.
Wasn't enough romance in the first half, but then in the second half, they're talking about shaving off their nipples. So.
I get it. The 7 deadly sins and serial killer, but come on, let's get some bromance going.
Get these guys together. What are we doing here?
One in a pub. Yeah. Dear. Well, then onto romance. What did you give that?
So I went with 27. With limited. Obviously, it seems like Brad and Gwyneth have a very nice marriage, but it's not a romantic movie, is it?
No,
it's not,
I mean she's only there in scenes so that for the box, basically, isn't it? Really, that's the only reason she's in this film, for the scenes, because otherwise, if she doesn't, that character is not really needed other than for that bit. But that's fair.
For action, I went into 58. I think you've got the chase scene. I feel like that sort of that's there. Not much action. Like it's a thriller, isn't it? There's not much action.
It's not actiony action, no. Yeah. And what about soundtrack?
Really I put 25 actually. There wasn't really.
Blimey.
I didn't really think that the score was. I didn't really notice the score, which maybe makes it a good score. But there weren't really any songs.
Yeah, fair enough.
The credits at the start and the end are like the best.
The end, the credits at the end are clever, aren't they? And you're like, this is messing with my head. Well, we're going the wrong way round.
Yeah.
What about the line to describe the pod then?
I mean, difficult to describe the pod.
Please don't pick one of the 7 deadly sins. Oh dear. I had just a couple of the shout outs for like the side characters on the death. Someone said, come on, someone had a problem with the fat guy and decided to torture him. As though like that's an everyday occurrence. They're just like, it's not that bad. Perfectly acceptable.
They just decided to torture the fat guy. And then for the sloth guy, the doctor said he suffered as much pain as any human I've encountered, give or take. And you're just like, what else has happened? Like someone spent a year torturing him, and he's like, I mean, it's up there. I'm not saying that's the worst thing I've ever seen. You're just like...
This is why Morgan wants to retire. Like, he's seen some terrible stuff. He's had enough of it.
But for the pod, you're a T-shirt at best. I actually I feel like that's quite a compliment. I'd be quite happy if someone's like, he's like, you're not a movie of the week, you're not anything, you're a t-shirt at best. It's like, I'm not sure how you're going to spin off a t-shirt on him killing 7 people, but
it's not really
quite a dark t-shirt.
It's not got the same ring to it, is it? Were you here for the 7 Deadly Sins?
But you can find those t-shirts available on our website. Please go please go and buy.
Well, the mashup. This is a good mashup, I think. I'm intrigued to see if AI could deliver, or if we had to go to AIA, as I call it, which is Artificial Intelligence Andy.
Yeah, we've gone AIA again because
we have.
they just basically put the main character as another policeman. So that wasn't very interesting.
Good news. Well done.
So I called it 7 Samurai Squared.
Nice,
because that works. A lone samurai wanders into a town where it rains 365 days a year. He soon discovers a serial killer who is trying to get the only person who owns a gun in the town to shoot him. Through a series of fortunate incidents, the killer, the samurai, and the only person who owns a gun find themselves on the same street at the same time. With the rain coming down, who will survive?
Who will survive?
He will
probably
survive.
Not the person with the gun, right?
I mean, the guy with the gun gets killed by someone with a sword. So, so obviously, or not so obviously, that is Yojimbo. Yojimbo. Which I think for you was a little bit lower than 70. I think you kind of put it, a bit lower, right?
87 for me, 70 for you. So a little bit lower than yours. Was all right. But, so many great films on your list, Andy. So it was something has to get in 87. I'll keep using this until it gets dry. So first watch, interestingly, I got close to yours. I put 69, so you had 72, so very close. But I have on the rewatch, I had 56. I think you can rewatch Yojimbo more than you can watch this, for sure, for many reasons. The content and like just your sanity. Romance, I definitely don't remember there being much romance in this at all. So, at all. So I went with 8. But that might have been low.
That's fair. There's a husband and wife, isn't there? And he goes and saves the wife. There's not any romance.
It's not really romance. But action smashed it up at 71. Plenty of action in that film. And soundtrack I thought was okay from memory, which is unreliable at best. 64. So
nice.
There you go.
The soundtrack in Yojimbo is just funny, isn't it? Because there's all these the dog is carrying a severed hand, and it's a glockenspiel,
it's like funny. I thought I remember it being sort of almost comedy like. And I had 2 great quotes for the pod. Well, the first one we couldn't have it, but I thought I'd just put it down just for fun. I'll get paid for killing, and this town is full of people who deserve to die. It kind of felt like we probably feel like that at times on each other's lists, but I thought that was a bit too harsh.
Lots of films that deserve to not be seen.
And you deserve to die for consequently making me watch them, yes. Which I'm sure you'd say the same. But I just thought No Help for Fools. That was a more accurate description for us.
Definitely.
I
think that's appropriate.
Yeah. Ooh. So, all right. Who's going to roll? Do you want to roll?
I can roll. Oh, first watch. Oh, just pip to the
close.
Pip to the
Only
post.
3 in it.
Nice. Okay, so that puts you still 16-14 up.
It's a stretch, isn't it? It's coming. You'll get in there, though.
Getting close.
You'll get in there.
That's a couple on the bounce for me. So that's good.
There we go.
Some
it's the comeback.
Some strong competition for you. You've got next five films. You've got top 20 film for you. So
yes,
and
there is top 11
a bit higher. So
some good ones going in there. But I don't know if I've mentioned, Andy, but there's some absolute crackers coming up. So just to prepare you.
Bit late in the list for that, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to be all great?
I've been waiting for those.
Haven't we all?
I think that there's easily your favourite, probably 60 to 70 films.
Maybe, yeah. We'll find out when we get into the 60s. We'll see. It might just be 50. Who knows?
We say that, but it's probably not true. 20, Morgan's the only one who's survived. So what did you have him?
Mills is still alive, isn't he? It's just in prison.
Okay. Yeah, just in prison. Well, he doesn't go to prison, surely. If the other guy's getting off by insanity, no, he gets temporary insanity, surely.
I did think
so Your Honour, his wife's head got delivered in a box. Okay, I could see why that would make you go a bit crazy. I think that's.
I did think that as well when he does the whole clip. You're like, it's not just one bullet. It's I was thinking, if I was going to try and plead insanity, I would do the whole clip as well. Well done, Brad. Good thinking.
I'd maybe
he's been shown to think things through. He really thinks those things through.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Freddie, what do you have then? What the main character's doing now?
Well, Morgan goes to prison and then goes and helps his friend paint his boat, don't he? So, so that's what he ends up doing. We've seen it. We've seen his whole arc. So he does right.
That's what the Shawshank 7 universe.
Yeah.
Yes. God, that's a universe and a half, isn't it? It's hard. That'd be hard watching both of those back to back. It's a long journey, and there's a lot of bleakness in it. But what about you then, Andy?
So I had Morgan, obviously, still retires, has a bit of a drinking problem, but becomes an umbrella salesman and actually becomes a billionaire.
In that
loads of money just selling umbrellas online, and then
in the rainiest place in the world.
Do you think he could figure out online sales? I don't know.
He's smart. He's a smart guy. And then obviously moves to Mexico with his mate to live on the beach. He owns that beach, and
he doesn't need any umbrellas there. Yeah, nice. All right.
How about you then? It sounds like you were rooting for Brad once he gets out of prison.
I've got obviously Somerset retired, secondhand bookshop or something like that. I can just see him there. Just he loved it in the library. Seems like that's where he would leave. Mills, I thought linking in the universes, probably deep in some conspiracy theory mode, telling everyone the world's about to end, and he's the only one that can see that truly sees it. So
you could, he could have gone crazy enough to then, then step into 12 Monkeys. I think that's, I think that's.
What a trilogy of films that would be to watch together. If you could keep your sanity watching those three back to back, then good luck to you.
Or even I think you throw in Usual Suspect, so that he's just his Kaiser Sose who decides to go out. If only that policeman had saved him, then he wouldn't have committed those 7 murders.
You're right. So Usual Suspects is actually the prequel to this.
That explains
what a universe.
It's your entire list just comes together.
It does,
the 90s just comes together. People didn't have any.
Same. So what would we change then?
Anything that you'd change, Freds?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I really enjoyed the film. I was quite happy with it all. Maybe just a little bit more sunshine. Maybe just a little bit more.
Maybe just the end coming out of the box or something.
I did also. My other thing was obviously he's very John Doe at the end is very only these two can come, but he obviously sees the helicopter, and I don't think wires are an unknown thing. Movies have kind of just ruined them. Everyone knows everyone's got a wire. So he seems quite lenient actually at the end of the day. He's just all right, just you two and all your buddies in a helicopter and everyone listen to us. So might as well just take the bus.
The reason he doesn't want other people there is that so no one stops
the box. Yeah.
But surely Morgan is the most likely person to stop him. So really, he should have just been like, just Mills and like anyone else. Who does Mills not like?
Could you imagine? Final scene. Sorry, Morgan. We don't need you for this one. What?
You'd be like, fine, because something's going to go down that's really horrible, and I just don't want to be a part of it.
I don't want to be a part of it, so leave me alone. I'm off. Yeah, wow. What about you then, Andy? Anything you would change?
Yeah, I think the pacing.
I think the pacing.
Like the Pride death seems super squeezed in, and so maybe things get going a bit quicker. I don't think you almost need at the start. You don't kind of need the fight between Morgan and Brad about. Morgan just doesn't want to have anything to do with him, because I don't think that gets resolved.
No.
And then he comes for dinner and stuff. And then they're like, after dinner, they're like working on the case. But like, there's not that almost to go to being so hostile to him to then going round to his house for dinner. There's not an in-between stage. So I think new kid on the block. It just kind of, then the pacing would work a little bit better for me. But again, as I say, David Fincher is obviously a genius. So, who am I?
Well, there's always improvements can be made, isn't there?
What about you? Anything that you'd
change? Pacing for me as well, I think. And I think especially on a rewatch, it's hard on the pacing. So I think, you're right. You need to remove something, and whether you put something else in its place, but you definitely need something to be removed. And I think you're right. Maybe there's a few things where they sort of start something and don't really, you're right, like the relationship with them being really frosty and then they're fine. Kind of doesn't really matter, does it? Like, it doesn't add to it if they get on or don't get on. It's irrelevant. So you could probably just take that bit out, I think, and then maybe put something else in.
Or go longer. Maybe nowadays you'd do 2.5 hours.
You could go longer.
Everyone would be fine with that, right?
Yeah,
you have a couple of extra scenes.
True. And you just expand the some of the scenes a bit, the gruesome scenes a bit more.
And just explain. A bit more explanation in the relationship. So what about best thing in the movie? If you only one thing for the movie, what would you say is the best thing? Can be anything, can be director, actors.
The rain.
Good on the people who brought the rain in. That was really effective.
It looked so realistic at all times.
You didn't see the railing or the big hose. It was great.
I think within that though, within the rain, it's just its gloomy sort of ambience. I think that the way that like the appearance, I think that really adds to like the bleakness and like the shockiness of it. So for me, I think that helps. It feels like you feel like encased in it, right? Like it feels like you're almost difficult to breathe. It is making you feel claustrophobic. So I would say that's one of the best things in the film.
Yeah.
What about you, Freddie?
I'd probably, I don't know. I'd like just the suspense, the way, I don't know, maybe one of the, like the last one, the guy in the interrogation scene, that really, like his like really traumatic response to like this disgusting thing he's had to do was like, I was just like, and then they showed a photo of the thing and I just was like, this is awful. So I think it was just the way with each kill, it was just like how gruesome it was. Like it was just each one was so well shown, and like every time I was just like, this is just awful. It's just terrible. And like because like I've watched, like it's just a different level of, I think body horror, because like I watched like The Boys on Amazon and that's obviously just blood everywhere, and you become desensitized to this, whereas this is like, no, like this person's literally eaten till they've exploded. It's just like, that's awful. And they don't hold back on it. So I like, for me it's just like kind of the gruesomeness of the film.
Fair enough. Shocking. Andy?
I would say Fincher and the look and feel of it, the cinematography. I also love the bit where they're in the car and they're sort of going out, and like the sun is starting to come out because they're driving out of the city, and I think like that's really sort of clever, the way, like, and you get some sunspots and stuff, and then obviously the one frame of her face while he's deciding whether to kill her or not, that just like blinks, and obviously that's something that he'll use in Fight Club, right? But I just think the look and feel of it is it's just really good. So
it is impressive.
Like Fincher, like this shows what he can do.
Indeed. Well,
a couple of 3-star reviews. While the movie itself is a mind-bending experience not to be missed, stay away from this DVD. I'm not sure what the DVD had done to that person. It was a little more violent and macabre for me. It was almost too much to take. I did think Kevin Spacey played the role as well as anyone could. So that's, someone went into it not thinking it was going to be macabre. Kind of hard to watch with the way the killer killed people. Fair. I think
nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Don't start watching the news, mate. You'll be a bit of a worry.
Weird.
Someone else only made it halfway through. It just didn't grasp me at all.
Wow.
And all the actors have been in much better movies. I mean, that's probably fair in some ways, but also it's
got to start somewhere. Yeah.
Still give it 3.
Yeah.
If you can only make it through half a film, I'm not sure it's a 3-star. For me,
I don't think you can give it 3 stars.
That would be lower.
Yeah.
And then the design of the packaging, I don't like. It's a little difficult to remove the disc from the packing, as causes the disc to get finger marks all over it.
Wow.
Was this a special DVD case compared to every other DVD case made ever?
See, Freddie, you don't know how easy you've got it. There was like finger marks
opened
on
DVD
stuff
cases before. What's different about the Se7en one? Do you have to
had blood on it?
Kill 7 people?
Yeah, it was awful.
A pound of flesh to open it.
You had to put your fingerprints on it. Spacey wouldn't have been able to do it because he didn't have fingerprints.
You've got to live in
the only way you can get it
out
without getting fingerprints on it is to cut your fingerprints off. So that's how extreme they went for this DVD release.
Just for the extras. Yeah, nice.
Right, so Kev, number 70 on your list to start with. What are you? Where are you putting it?
It is going in at number 81, so just above The Crow, and then there's a little gap before Zootopia. Much lighter film than this.
Probably a bit more rewatchable.
It is a strange list, isn't it? I'm not really sure what to do with my life, but there you go.
But interesting. Like, as you say, you haven't seen it for so long, and so interesting to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got to watch it, Freddie, that you hadn't seen it before. And it's good to hear that it still holds up as someone who's watching it the first time. I think, the rewatch is just, it's a bit... It does, I mean, we say this all the time, don't we? And I think it's sad in a way that obviously our tastes have just changed due to technology and how films have changed, but it just feels slow now. Whereas when I watched it the first time, even like the second or third or fourth time, it wouldn't have felt slow, but now it feels slow. So it's disappointing in both ways because it is slow for me now, and then I feel annoyed that I think that it's slow. So it's like a double whammy. So
I don't know which sins are those. Then it's
that's like the deadly. That's the 8th and 9th deadly sins. Yeah.
Well, I think just sloth because you wanted to go quicker, and WAP because you wanted to go quicker. So.
So what about you then? Did it make it into the good section?
I mean, it is a good film. I don't think there's no debating that. So I'm gonna mess up things a little bit, but it is a good film for sure. I'm actually gonna put it at 89, which is actually below the good bad films because it's just not for me. Obviously, I'm not a big horror fan. And I just I feel like on the rewatch, it's interesting because comparing it to Usual Suspects, where it's like you rewatch Usual Suspects to see whether it all works, whereas this, it's just not something you're gonna watch again because you're just like without like the shock of it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, and I think I watched it at the cinema, and I haven't seen it since because I'd just be like, why would you watch that again?
But that's just me.
Yeah, but
just not enough romance for you.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Gwyneth needs to have been. Well, I mean, they start dating just after this, I think. So,
oh, do they? In real life?
Mm. Yeah, real life.
There you go.
But like such a. I mean, I would rather watch The Game, which I don't know how you feel about it, Kev. But like, I love The Game, and even like Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, I think is as almost as harsh as this. But for me I'd rather watch that again.
It's more actiony, that film, isn't it? I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. It's
a better rewatch, definitely, than this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Both Freddie, 2 other Fincher films for you to watch if you've never seen either of them. The Game, especially. I remember that I kind of want to rewatch The Game because I remember it being really, really good. But and obviously it's got your man.
You might get a chance, Andy. Who knows?
I mean, promises.
But yes, they are definitely 2 good films that are worth watching.
Okay, so it takes us on to next week. Are we leaving the 90s or are we?
We are leaving the 90s into the 69, and we move into 2014. This is
okay. So I was going to say, so it's a really recent film, but that's 12 years ago. That's
still
quite scary.
Close enough. I mean, this is going to be fun when we do the. When we do the podcast of this, it's going to be fun because I'm pretty sure I didn't see the whole of this film. So it's good that it's made it to 69.
Why is it your 69th favourite film?
I remember everything that I saw was very good. So I just, I've extrapolated that outwards. Pretty sure I just missed the ending. I think I was watching it on a plane and I didn't see the last bit because we had to land.
What is
unbelievably?
This? It's a shame that we've already done The Usual Suspects. Otherwise, that would be. I just didn't watch the last 10 minutes. I'm sure.
Can you imagine?
Happens, so.
You'd be like, it's rubbish. Don't know why everyone's going on about it. So it's a drama sci-fi thriller. 108 minutes, so pretty lean. Rotten Tomatoes audience 86, critics 92, so very high there. 1 explosion, 3 deaths, 1 animated character. Could be helpful. And the clue is a guy with a laptop is brought to a secluded mountain retreat to decide if perfection can be artificial. There we go. For those who know, they'll know.
Any ideas, Freddie?
No idea. And that's I was alive then, so I should know the movie, but I ain't got a clue.
I thought you were going to say no idea, and that's fine by me because still only your dad seems to know what the next film is.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? He liked to sell cryptic clues, didn't he?
Wow. So funnily enough, I have only watched half of this film.
Oh, well, there you go.
As well.
Because that sounds like a good film if you've only watched half.
Yeah, you're true. That is very true, Freddie.
Is the first
half
good?
Well. Yeah.
I did not like the first half. I stopped watching it because I was just like, this is stupid. And
have I seen it?
So, I don't know. We'll have to.
You sometimes know about things like this.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not. It's
not enough romance.
That's a high.
Too much romance. Not enough action. What is it?
I was going to say it's not a classic, but 92 is a ridiculously high critic score. I didn't realize that it was.
I think it was very
well regarded.
I thought it was, in its time,
Okay, yeah, interesting. Yes. Interesting. Right. Well, we've finished the pod. We've finished our drink, so we're not going to get another round. We're going to move on.
Too much.
Maybe we should have something bright and nice. We should get out. It's just stopped raining outside the bar. We should go out onto the balcony where we usually only go when Poppy's here. Get some sunshine and lighten up a little bit. But we will see you next week.